Yes, people, what's going on? What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. As always, make sure that you lot are smashing up the likes. Make sure that you lot are subscribing to the channel as well. We've got man like George here today. Big up Joey as well. He's looking baked off right now, brother. He's not looking happy, but we'll talk about what's going on right now with Chels. Andrew should be joining in a bit, and Guiu might be joining as well. Obviously, Mondays we normally do Blue Diaries, but honestly, like everyone that does it, no one's available today, so I'll have to do it another day this week. And then we'll go from there. But man, then what are you lot saying first of all, man? Got 20 minutes left of the window.
Not too bad.
It is what it is.
That's the perfect way to sum out. Perfect way to sum out for real.
Boy, what you saying, Joey, man? Because boy, you're not looking happy, bro. What's wrong? What's wrong?
I've come to a conclusion of what our sporting direction is. I've come to a conclusion. There isn't any more real support behind it from me. I'm not gonna be supporting the direction. I'm just gonna be supporting who we have and Enzo Maresca. That's basically the way that I'm gonna have to do it at this point. I'm not happy. Just not happy, bro.
What are you not happy about, though? What is it? What is it for you? What is it? The striker situation?
I think it's just accumulation of the way that we've put the last two summer windows together. If you look at them as two windows, the way that they've presented themselves as a football club and dealt with situations, that has been beyond me. I can't believe how the way that they've dealt with things. The second part of this is it always feels like they leave us short. Quality wise, if it's not quality wise, it's quantity wise. A window. To me, it's just I just don't have words for him anymore. I really don't. I'm not gonna be putting much more effort towards these sporting directors. Like it's it. Like they are.
It is, yeah. Do you think that they've got too used to operating at the level? Because obviously you got majority, correct me if I'm wrong, most of these guys came in from like Brighton and so on, right? So
now we've got one from Brighton and we got one from Monaco.
So like I feel like these guys aren't used to operating at the level of what Chelsea is, because a lot of your signings now and over the past couple of years is, and you know, it's fine because you change your transfer strategy. You've gone to going for guys that are a bit more less proven, more on the side of potential, sign them at 22, 23, so they have that bigger upside, and you get them on the big contracts. But that's never really been like Chelsea's culture has been for a long time.
I don't even think it's that though. I think it's the like I don't have a problem with them doing that necessarily. Like that's not my problem. It's doing it with every transfer. Yeah. It's like if you do that, you can do that within like
it's finding the balance of both.
It's within the margins of it. But like if you're doing that and you're bringing in some top quality within it, that's where I think we could potentially go in and start to win a title. I think my frustration is I don't feel like these two. I just watched these two teams yesterday play that are supposed to be better than us, and I don't feel like we're that far away from being able to just pass them. Like I really don't feel that. I don't feel like we're that far away, but the window makes me feel like we're that far away.
But what is it? What is it about the window that you're not happy with, Joey? Though there must be an area.
I feel like when we walked into this window, like regardless of Chalba and Tosin, I felt like we were in need of a center back, and just because we did, and we just like we're still relying on good old Wes with his injuries to come good, like, and I get it to a point. But like to another point, we need the quality in that position, especially after the Levi injury. Like not for nothing, Konate got injured, and Saliba got injured in the game, right? But both Liverpool and Arsenal both are in the market to try to get center backs. I get our whole financial restrictions and all that, but like in the end, it's like it feels like the moves that you made with Nkuku and Jackson feel like Like, you priced them out for the entire window until the end. You didn't give yourself enough time to actually make rational decisions. You know what your decision was? Bueno no in the end. Like, that's a rational decision. On loan, no obligation to buy. So even if he does do well at this football club, then we're in shit. But I'm not gonna take the entire show, bro. Like, I got my own channel that I'm gonna do this on too. Like,
no, bro, listen, that's why you're here. That's why you're here, bro. Because I wanted to understand your frustrations, and you make some fair points. Because for me, I expected us to go in the window, and go get someone that can start next to Colwell. Obviously, no one expected Colwell to get injured, so we have to be fair at the same time, Joey. No one expected Colwell to get injured, but you're right. We should have gone in and brought a centre back, regardless of what's going on with Fofana and that, because Fofana, we can't depend on this guy. And personally, for me, Joey, I feel like next summer, the revamp you've seen with the attack this time around, this summer, I think you're gonna have a similar sort of thing with our centre backs next season. Whether that's bringing Sarr back, whether that's bringing Anselmino back, right? You got to look at that as well, and then you got to look at the market at the same time, Joey. Look at the type of defenders we're talking about. You're talking about like guys like Guiu, like guys like Bastoni. We're not gonna be able to. That guy's not leaving. He's not leaving.
But all right, but you don't think Zarbani would have been a decent addition to this football club?
That's an expensive signing. That's an expensive signing.
I mean, but are we not a big club? Like, I thought this whole thing is we're a big club. We make these type of signings for a reason. Like, is that not the type of signing that we would want?
Yeah, but we had bigger priorities though. You got to remember, right? The club's going to use a lot of data, and the data last season tells us, right, that our biggest problem was the amount of missed chances that we had. Yeah, Jules is laughing. It's true though. It's true. Man, I'm not gonna do that.
I like data. I'm in love with the data.
I mean, bro, you don't need data. You don't need data to see that shit.
Hold on, Joey.
Like,
I think we all
see that with your eyes.
I said this to Jules earlier. To Jules earlier. I think we all agree that we can upgrade on Tosin. We can upgrade on Chalobah. These guys are squad players. We can do them in the squad, but we can definitely get better than them. I'm not arguing with that point. But I'm saying, in terms of what was urgent for us, was bringing in strikers. That's number one. Yeah, that was fucking urgent. Bringing in wingers that actually can do what Maresca wants them to do. Because how often last season did we speak about our wingers, bro? Madueke just breaking down attacks. You know, Sancho not being direct enough. Now, Gittins hasn't exploded yet. But for me, you're going to see when he gets a bit of confidence why Maresca wanted this guy. You're going to see, obviously, Garnacho, again, I didn't want him. But you're going to see the movement in behind and a bit, how he is a bit of a goal threat. He does miss chances, yes, but I can see why we've signed this guy. João Pedro, you're already seeing, for me, he's been the best signing of the summer, not just for Chelsea, for everyone, yeah. And then Delap was doing quite well till he got injured, bro. Yeah,
I agree with that. I agree with most of what you said. Okay, I agree with most of what you said, like overall with the players and everything. But once again, though, Dom, like we walked into this window with not just one hole in our team. Like, we walked into this window with specific things that we said at the beginning that we needed to address. And we decided to address just one position group, which, okay, I get, and that's fine. If that's the way that you guys are going to move, midfield one window, attack one window, defense one window, because really that's kind of how Liverpool moves too. Like,
how I kind of look at it, Joey. I'll be real with you.
But in the end, even in that Liverpool, when them fixing them attack, what did they do? They still got that center back that they needed. They got two because they needed two. You know what I'm saying? That's my whole point.
I hear you, bro. I hear you.
Addressing priorities is my biggest problem with this window, is addressing the priorities.
The thing is, but Joey, it's like you said though earlier, because you did actually sign defensive players, but the ones you signed were too young. Like, you signed João Hato. Now, I really rate João Hato. From what I've seen of him at Ajax, he looks really good. But for him to even come in, like, he looks more of a left back, inverted left back type of player. But if he is going to come in,
but we needed that, George. We actually needed that. That was a priority in this window, so I give him props for that. You know what I'm saying? A priority in this window was a backup left back for us. That was a priority.
100%. So you get that done, but then you go and get another young centre back in. What was it, Mamadou Sarr or whatever his name is? So,
but that's a.
I know it's another project signing. No, I know.
Strasbourg switch.
one of the project signings, but like when you get rid of like the Sassy, you get rid of is Badia Shield gonna correct me if I'm wrong.
No,
He's just out. So like, but
Yeah.
when you get rid of some of these players that are more experienced and you're only bringing in young, now you've got a whole batch of young players that aren't ready to compete with Tosin and Chalobah. So they're now forced into the 2 centre-back roles, and you only have those to look at. Fofana could be an option, but it looks like it's going to be Tosin and Chalobah. And that's what I was alluding to earlier, Don. It's not the fact that those two aren't good enough in particular. They aren't good enough to help you compete where you're going to, let's say, going into you probably have the hardest Champions League ties out of most of the English teams, right? When you go into a lot of those games, you know Chalobah, he will make a mistake or two. You know that, bro. And so will Tosin. And those mistakes may cost you games. They aren't the defenders that you want to rely upon to get you through
100%.
games week at the highest level. So that's where I was alluding to. Like they will be the downfall of the season, essentially.
I do get that, but then listen, Fofana will come back into the lineup, innit? Oh, what's happening here, bro? Fofana will definitely come back. Fofana will definitely come back into the lineup. Yeah, that's number one, right? Obviously, we can't depend on this guy, but when you talk about Chels, man, what's going on, bro? Message me when you're ready to come in the chat, yeah. And when you talk about the structure of our team, Jules, bro, I'm looking at our midfield and our attack, yeah, to see us through more games than our defense. I'll be so honest, right? When you're looking at our fullbacks, for me, we've got the best fullbacks in the world. Reece James, for me, is the best right back in the world. He might not be playing right now, but he will get a lot of games, yeah. Cucurella, for me, is the best left back in the world, yeah. It's just the centre back area. Yeah, bro, you heard me say it. I've said this many times. Cucurella is the best left back in the world for me, bro. So our fullbacks our fullbacks ain't the problem. It's the centre backs where it's like, okay, you can upgrade on these guys. But I'm gonna come to you, Andrew. I'm not gonna act like they're useless, bro. I've seen those two, especially Chalobah and Tosin. Yeah, I've seen them help us actually go and get top 4 because they're just solid at the back, right? The way Tosin wins all these headers in the box for us, the clearances. Chalobah, bro, yesterday with his last-ditch challenges and that, or Saturday even, yeah? Bro, like, they're good players. It's just that we can get better than them. That's what the problem is.
Andrew, before you go, I just want to make one statement, okay? Because I think that this is the statement that I feel like keeps getting missed, all right? I don't feel like we're that far away from winning the league.
We're not.
Oh, but those 2 spots are you said it yourself. Those 2 spots are our problem area. It could have been addressed this window, in my opinion, still. Like that's where all of our frustration ends up coming in. I don't feel like we're that far away. So if you do that, it's not that I don't.
Joe, you spoke about this before, yeah.
I know, but we were just talking about this, Chels. Like,
I was just listening, man. I'll put my laptop on in a minute, yeah. Because mine got back in it, but
I'm sorry.
The thing is this, Don. I think the fan base overreacting just like last season. I was saying in Lewis's chat earlier. Last season, yeah, the whole fan base, a man like George on this panel, there's a screenshot of it. Was saying about we're not gonna do this, we're not gonna do that. Man was saying we won't even make top 6 with the signs we made, by the way. This with the Felix and Sancho, everyone was rating.
Why are you lying?
That, man. What do you mean I'm lying? I'll get off if you have to. You know? I'll get up.
Go get up. Go get up.
I won't get up if I'm lying.
Yeah, go get up.
Anyway, the point is this. I think people are doing a lot. Again, I don't think it's as bad as everyone's making out. I want a centre back and goalkeeper, but I don't think it's a thing where if we didn't get them, we can't compete for the league. But I want to win trophies on the side. That's the thing. I don't think, and I asked the question earlier in the chat, Don, and before I go on mute, yeah, I said, if we sign Man Yang and Hikampe, do we win the league? Do we win it? Everyone was like, maybe. That's the point. So even the signings that everyone wanted in hindsight, if we've got them, they still wouldn't be confident we win the league. Win it, not compete, win it.
Cheers. The only way I'll be confident
why are we exaggerating then?
Right now,
why is it a meltdown then? I don't get it.
Because that again, like you can't guarantee winning the league for one.
No, but George,
I get your point, Ches.
You get my point.
You also can't control what other teams are doing. So, like when you look at what Liverpool are doing or what Arsenal have done in this window, they've improved drastically on what they had last season. If you just sign Maynard and Hincapie, who are very good players, you still haven't drastically improved in the way that Arsenal or Liverpool have on their team last season. So I get your point, but it don't really make sense. Like you want to go from competing to competing even closer. I think your team now, there's an argument to be made that you are technically weaker this season. There is an argument to be made.
What are you doing?
There is an argument to be made in certain positions. You've got quality. I reckon like João Pedro is better than the strikers you had last season in that sense.
Yeah,
no doubt. But when you look at your overall, like
Where have we
how
got
much-
weaker,
how-
George?
how
What area
much-
have we got weaker?
how much of an improvement?
Weaker. I disagree with
No,
that.
George, you said weaker. Where have we got weaker? What area of the pitch?
Let him land.
So again, I look at Gittins and Garnacho and Delap. Are they improvements on the players that you had before in Madueke and Nico
Yes.
Jackson, Felix and Nkunku? They're not.
Yes.
They're not.
Well,
Felix wasn't
Yeah,
even here in
George,
January, bro.
No, bro,
George,
Don, you're the guy that was saying Nico Jackson was the most
George,
improved player in the first 6 months of
but
last
George-
season. You rate Nico Jackson. You
But
can't go
George,
back.
you're looking at this wrong, bro. Because you can't take Nico Jackson and Delap and put them together. Because the big thing is Nico Jackson didn't have a backup. Nico Jackson was a starter. So you have to compare Nico Jackson and João Pedro. So is that an upgrade? Yes. Now, do we have a backup now in Delap? Yes. We didn't have a backup before. Our
Nico
backup was
Jackson could have been that
Guiu.
player.
What?
He could have been that player. Nico Jackson's only leaving because you brought the lap in as well. If you said, "Oh, you're
Sure,
going to
but
stay and compete with João
that's-
Pedro,"
But-
you would have
but
had
you're
two
not-
two
you're-
decent players at a decent
You're-
level. Like, I think
but
João
you're,
Pedro.
but you're talking about totally different profile of player. The more closer profile is Pedro to Jackson in that sense.
No, I
It's
know,
like
I get that, but I'm
profile
talking about
profile
in
is-
strikers,
is-
striker for striker.
but you can't compare if you were looking at last season, right? And you can't just make Jackson the backup now because you did like what if we're comparing from last season? Jackson's the starting striker. Is our starting striker better than last season?
João Pedro is, yeah, 100%.
Okay,
No,
now-
Joey, that's not even
Is
the
our
point. The point is
depth striker better than last season? You can't
I
just
agree.
change it.
No, but
though.
okay,
You're
but
changing it.
Madueke is better than Gittins and Garnacho.
But
At this
Madueke
moment in
isn't
time.
a left winger. We're talking
Not a
about
left winger.
left winger.
No,
We're talking
but
about right
again.
wingers.
But Pedro, Neto can play the left wing. Sorry, Neto can play the left wing. That's not a
What are we
problem.
George? What are we
So
doing?
Neto
wait.
can play left wing,
So
Madueke is
Neto,
right. It's not a
all right,
problem.
so
You have
Neto
more.
no, but once again, we're comparing. Once again, you're changing the subject. We're comparing.
Neto
from-
does play left wing, by the way. He plays left wing a lot for you guys.
Okay,
He does.
so
And he was a left
right
winger
at
for
right
Wolves.
wing, Madueke at right wing. Who starts at right wing for us? Esteban, correct? Right now, correct?
He's starting
Yes.
because of injuries.
Is the answer is yes. He's going to be starting at this point, bro. He picked Esteval over Gittins when Palmer went down, so Esteval's starting over Gittins.
Yeah, but what I'm not gonna sit here and say Madueke is better because I don't believe that.
No,
but
but
if you
what
go
I'm
off of
saying
their,
is
their,
you're
their
doing
input,
false equivalencies.
I'm not
You
doing
can't
false
go-
equivalencies.
Yes,
though.
you are.
No, because
Well-
you're going the left winger, but I'm talking about the attack as a whole. That's the difference. You're
Yes,
trying to
and the
specify
attack as a
position.
whole is deeper.
I'm talking
You're
about that.
talking
It's
about
deeper,
Sancho.
but the
If
quality.
you want to compare Sancho to the left wingers that we have, then that's fine. But you can't compare Madueke because Madueke played
No, but
3
Sancho
games.
and
4
Madueke.
games of
Gittins,
Madueke got bro.
Garnacho.
Esteval's clearly better than Madueke. So what are we doing?
I'm-
João Pedro and Delap are clearly better finishers than Jackson, bro.
You can't
That's what
change
we
what
do.
happened last year.
Said
What
we
happened
called,
last
but
year
where
was
did we
Jackson
go?
was a starting striker.
Hey, hold on, one at a time, man. One at a time.
Sorry.
One at a time. Because I want to get Jules in as well because he's got another 15 minutes before he's got a cut. Yeah. Listen, I hear what people are saying. I hear what Joey's saying. Because for me, bro, I've said many times, if we had Van Dijk and Konate or Gabriel and Saliba, I would comfortably come out with chest and say we are winning the league. Because I know we've got a centre back pairing that are going to play at least 30 of the games in the season. Yeah, at least 30 of them. They're gonna be playing together, right? But when I'm looking at, I'm gonna come to Jules now. But when I'm looking at our midfield, Jules, yeah, cool. Andre Santos might not have been signed this window, but he is now playing for us, bro. He's now a Chelsea player. Yeah. You've signed Asugo, who's a backup for Caicedo. You've got obviously Cole Palmer, Enzo. Who else is in there? Caicedo, Lavia. We can't help this guy right now, bro. He's just there, right? But we're not even dependent on this guy because we've got other options. You're looking at
I
Hato.
agree with George on
You've got backup. You've got backup for Cucurella. For me, I think we've improved in many areas in the pitch. It's just the centre back area where we haven't really improved. That's the main area. And goalkeeper, you can argue, yes, we can get an upgrade, but that's where I start to ask people, who? I would rather wait for Pendas. If we've got to deal with Sanchez for another year to bring Pendas in, I will do that. I'll be real. I'll ride that bird. I'll ride that bird.
Penders ain't ready yet, bro. Penders ain't ready yet.
I feel like this is the problem with your
Let
team,
him
though,
play,
John,
bro.
is you've got a lot of these types of players where you're just like, we need to wait out to see if they're going to become this player that we think they're going to become. You've got so many of them rather than just having those players that are ready. Like, I feel like this window, what you needed to was where you started off early. You got João Pedro in, you got Gittins in early. You had Delapin early, and that was it. And then Esteval and so on. All the other players didn't sign. After that, that's when you needed to, after the Club World Cup, be like, you know what, let's come bring in a few more experienced players. Just whether it was 2 or 3 experienced head that can now lead this team or push us into a potential title charge. That's where I think you guys have gone wrong. That's where I think you guys aren't going to challenge and where you guys won't be a compete or won't be near competing. I think you guys are going to be, you know, ahead of the rest. Like, you might be ahead of us potentially, and you know, the rest of the teams.
You sure? I'm going to be ahead of you with this guy, with Colo. Talk to me about Colo, bro. You're going to finish above us.
Yeah, at least tell us what you think about your window too.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
No, I think my window's been underwhelming as well, man. Just like you, Joey. Like, I think we've needed another player or two. I think we've not spent enough money. I think it's typical Spurs way. You know, we've willed and dealed and gone to the car boot sale and left with some decent players, isn't it? Like, don't get me wrong. I think Kolo Muani's a decent player. He's better than what we got up front for options. Like you say, if you guys want to do like you could say, Don, he's a better finisher than Richarlison. Now, is he a better player? Well, I don't really know, because is he going to come in and be consistent and score as many goals? That's what I want from my striker.
George, you think he's going to play? You think he's going to play striker or winger?
I think he's coming in as a striker, to be honest. It's going to be interesting how he is used. He could be used on the left wing or striker. He does sort of play in both.
That's kind of why I was wondering, because
but at the same time,
too,
because Xavi Simons can play the left as well. I'm going to be interested just to see how we set up, because he might go Xavi Simons left.
Like, don't you really need a 10? That's the whole reason you got Xavi Simons.
That's my thought. That's what I would think. That's why I would go with Xavi Simons in the 10, Kolo Muani up top. Then you play Odubel Otel on the left, and they're just gonna have to, like you guys said, they're gonna have to grow and see how good they get across the season. One of them are gonna have to stand out, and one of them are gonna have to take that position.
Oh, so it's literally like our left wing.
Yeah. Literally, we got two or three players that are just unproven, and nobody has nailed down that role. In every other position, for me, it will be, but. Yeah, look, I'll be real. I'm definitely underwhelmed. I feel like we needed another left winger. We needed a Lookman or someone of that quality that could bring you guaranteed goals. But he's coming in. It'll be all right. But our window overall, it's been...
You're not happy with Xavi? You're not happy with Xavi Simons, bro?
I am. I'm very... That's the thing. Xavi Simons was my number one target, innit? Like, but when I started the window, my number one target was Xavi Simons.
Oh, give it a rest. Give it a rest, man.
And I wanted those two players because, like I identified, we needed a 10, we needed a left winger, we needed a striker. I think João Pedro's perfect because he plays all three roles, and then Xavi Simons comes in as a 10 and left winger. Obviously, getting Simons, getting Kudus, getting Paulinho, major improvements on our first 11. So, like, if I want to do what you guys done on last season, we've improved massively, massively on last season.
I would agree with that, though. I think everybody.
But at the same time, how much better is my squad? It's like it's not that much better because again, if you get for us anyway, not you guys, because you brought more depth, so you've got those options but they're unproven. That's the only thing. We're in a few positions. If we get a few injuries, I'm looking at my team and I'm like,
fullback,
basically the same team as last year.
Yeah, fullback specifically,
and that's where for me, I
was surprised you didn't get another fullback. I was really surprised you didn't get another fullback before the end of the window.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So listen, Spurs have got some good players, man, and I rate Frank as well. You know what I'm saying? I rate him as well. But Jules, what are you saying about Jackson, bro? This whole situation about Jackson, bro. What's your take on it?
Do you know what? He eventually got his moves, so props to him. And do you know what? Props to Chelsea because you guys are generally the best at doing business in the top six. Like, there's no doubt about that. When it comes to selling players and getting money for players, 16.5 million loan fee and an obligation to buy of, what was it, 60 million? I heard, or 60 million euros. So ultimately, you guys are more than doubling your money that you bought him for in 2 years.
Ben Chilwell to Strasbourg.
He's going to
Strasbourg.
Oh my gosh,
that's
a good move from us, bro. We finally got those wages off our books.
My man just moved it to the other club. He said, "Yeah, do you know what? He's to the other club."
We just moved the money from the Monzo to the NatWest, bro. That's what we did.
Get him off our club books and get him on Strasbourg's books for a couple of years.
No, it is though. Yeah, with Jackson, I think Jackson will actually work out of Bayern because obviously he's going to be coming in as a backup to Harry Kane and sort of a player that may probably play on the wing as well. As a backup to some of the players.
Depending though, George. Did you read, George? It's depending on how many starts he gets during the season.
Nah, it's just how many games he plays. It's not even.
Is it how many? Oh, I thought it was starts.
Yeah, because I was going to say starts. He won't start. If Harry Kane's always
it's just how many games he plays. And they don't realize it yet. They don't realize it yet, Andrew.
Andrew, they only
20
have
to
4
30
attackers.
starts. I read someone put 20 to 30 starts and said, "There's no way he's starting 20 to 30 games for Bayern next year. Where's he going to start?" Well, they only have 34 league games. Harry
I
Kane,
mean,
when
it's
he
not
switched-
just league games though.
No, but Harry Kane's going to start at least 30 of those league games when they wrap it up. He's going to start all the Champions League games, all the cup games. You know, it doesn't. I don't know. I think it's a
Well, all right. So what I read about this is Bayern actually want him as like a multifunctional player, not just as a striker.
Yeah.
And the second part of it is Bayern only have like 4 senior attackers, and one of them being Serge Gnabry, who's injured literally every single year. So like I honestly am not worried about this hitting an obligation, to be honest, just based off of the numbers they have. They're still trying to get Lookman across the board, by the way. Like they were still trying after Nico, they were still trying to get Lookman across the board because the numbers are not there. They're gonna have to go to youngsters, and like they never do that. They don't do it enough, at least.
Yeah. Listen, people, man, we've got nearly 250 people here. Not even 100 likes, bruv. Yeah, 75 likes and counting, people. So make sure that you lot are smashing up the likes. And yeah, keep subscribing to the channel. But as you can see, yeah, Strasbourg agreed a deal to sign Chilwell on a 2-year contract. Medical done. I'm surprised he even passed that one, blood. And Chilwell joins ambitious project at Strasbourg with Liam Rosner with European football. And yeah, it is what it is.
Funny. That was funny that they agreed to do it. They were told to sign him. Let's be.
They was. Andrew, no one came in for this guy, bro. No one came in for this guy.
So
It's actually mad.
He's on 200K a week. That's why
They probably kept the 200K too. They probably just swapped the contract over. Like,
nah, but the thing is though, yeah, even if it's on 200K a week, surely, like, he doesn't seem like the guy like a Sancho to say, "Oh, I won't take a wage cut." Like, there weren't even many clubs interested in him, bro. Like, he's finished for me when I'm watching this guy now. Yeah,
but guess what? Though,
like a Premier
he has a
footballer
chance now to try to make the World Cup. He has a chance. He has a chance.
Hey, if he has a chance of making it, yeah.
Oh, yes, bro. That's all he needed. He needed
I've got a chance.
Bro, he has 2. His coach, his manager that he won the Champions League with, is at England. You don't think he has to think about it and say, "Yo, I need to play football. There's maybe this much of a chance."
It's not happening.
Injury or something. I gotta be fit.
Nope.
I gotta be ready. In this much of a chance.
Bro, Joey, he's up against Spence. He's up against Miles Skelly, right? He's up against Lewis Hall.
Look at now what's happened to Skelly. Look at what's happened to Skelly now.
Yeah, I see what's happened to Skelly, but he's still ahead of this guy for England. There's no way
How if he don't play? How if he don't play, Don?
There's that argument, but then Spence will be playing. Spence will be playing.
Right.
But that's
Spence
one left back. They're gonna go one left back. He gonna to not take a wing back.
Lewis.
I'm telling you, Don. There's a chance there. There is a chance there, bro.
I don't see it.
Bro,
I don't see it.
Tuchel's a madman. Don't get it twisted, bro.
What was it, Andrew?
Ex-Chelsea, bro. He's bringing.
right back.
They're talking about.
Spence can play left back. Spence can play both sides.
but he's
Jules will tell you this.
A left. You're not gonna bring a left-footed left back. You think Tuchel?
Bro, Spence will play at left back for England. He's been called up. He
Bro,
can
I'm telling you.
Spence will play at left back. Spence has been better at left back than he has been at right back defensively.
See?
Hey, I hope it's Spence for your guys' sake. And I actually like Jed Spence, so I'm not about to say but if you're telling me Lewis Hall too, you're right. But if you're telling me
I said that to you.
Ben Chilwell doesn't sit there and say, if I play enough football, I might have a chance because Tuchel's there. Definitely.
Nah, man. Yeah, I don't think you're watching what he was doing in his last year with us.
Oh, I know what he was doing. I'm not saying that he's gonna. I'm saying what Ben Chilwell's thinking is.
Nah,
Mitchell even picked.
Tuchel is the fucking coach for England. Excuse my language, but yeah.
Yeah, man. I personally, I think he's done for England. I don't think you'll see him again, bro. The last time he got picked for England, yeah.
He's not a problem.
No, true. But the last time he got picked for England, yeah, I was honestly embarrassed as a Chelsea fan.
All it takes is a couple injuries, bro. That's all I'm saying.
Joey, let me finish what I'm saying, yeah.
You
see when he last got picked?
So reliable, Chilwell. That's what
you see when he last got picked for England, Joey, yeah, bro. Him and Gallagher, they were just embarrassing our club. I swear to God, bro. This guy had an absolute howler. I can't remember who England played, yeah, but he's just stunk of piss. Like, he's a nice guy and all of these things. Nothing personal against him, yeah, but he's done. He's done, man. He's done. But Andrew, what's your take on these guys that are, you know, like you got guys like Robert, you know, guys like Matisse, that are angry about this whole Jackson thing and basically trying to blame the club. Yeah, trying to blame the club. Do you think this situation's on the club, bro?
Well, this in terms of the whole situation, or this like the loan, the end.
Yeah, I mean, bro, everything. It's been a spiraling events, hasn't it?
I think the amount of time it's taken's on the club, but then it's who's shopping around. Do you know what I mean? Like with the current situation, he was linked to Newcastle, but Newcastle weren't sure if they were going to get the money for Isak and stuff like that. He was linked to Villa, but Villa aren't spending a lot of money. Do you know what I mean? In terms of look at the deals they've done recently; they're all loans, and Bayern Munich came out of nowhere really as a shock thing. I can see a point there in terms of if they were talking about maybe the timing of it, like I heard you guys earlier about like we waited so long because we've known for over a month that Jackson really was going to leave. Do you know what I mean? I think it's over a month anyway because he wasn't in the friendlies, was he? Squads.
No, he wasn't.
Leverkusen and Milan. So we've known for well over a month. So I think it's a point where they're sort of damned if they do, damned if they don't. Do you know what I mean? My thing with it was so typical on Saturday morning when they announced the deal that then Delap got freaking injured like 2 hours later. It was like remember the West Ham game in the January transfer window when they said they were going to buy the last day of the window. They weren't going to buy any strikers. Then both Jackson and Guiu got injured in the same game, and they were out for months. It was just horrible. It was horrible irony. But he couldn't come back because of what he did want to come back. So there was no point of having him back there. There's a point now where like everything, like last year, we're still short in areas. Do you know what I mean? It's like because remember Guiu's cup tied in the League Cup as well. He can't play in the League Cup.
No, he is. That's the annoying part about that, man.
So
But
can't
look at the business, though, man.
And then
look at the business with this guy, bro. Like end of the day, Andrew, bro. From the moment that I saw what was going on with João Pedro and Delap, I knew his days were numbered.
Oh yeah,
right?
yeah. I'm not.
I knew his days were numbered.
I wasn't advocating for him to stay or anything like that. I knew he was gone. It was just, it's just the timing, isn't it? It's just like we couldn't like accelerate it or something like. But then we can't accelerate it. We said, we put all the PR out saying, yeah, we're fine for him to go and stuff like that. But if no one steps up in the market, no one steps up in the market. Do you know what I mean? It's just it's just timing. It's like look at Spurs with Mawani today. That was just out of nowhere. Do you know what I mean? It's just just one of those things. I mean, I'm glad they've got the obligation now instead of the buy option and stuff like that, like they did have on the Saturday deal. But I wish him well. Listen, was he a frustrating player? Like I said, I apologise to Solomon Kalou, but I did dub him this generation Solomon Kalou. Just the frustration and stuff like that.
You love that one. You love that line, bro.
Yeah, I know. But I hope he achieves what he wants to achieve. You know what I mean? He might listen. Look at Choupo-Moting's career after he went to PSG and Bayern Munich. He might.
That's exactly who I thought. That's this Jackson deal. I was like, if Choupo-Moting come back over there, Jackson. Will definitely win them over. Like, let's be real, he only has to bag like 15 goals a season for him to be a success over there. Like, that's all they're looking for is another 10 to 15 goal player. Like, because they got Kane, bro. Kane's gonna be bagging 30, 40 goals this season, guaranteed.
Yeah, he's gonna get
give him some opportunity behind Kane. Give him some opportunity off the left. He'll be all right.
He'll be fine.
Yeah,
he'll be fine. We just got to make sure he gets like you say the games. You know what I mean? So then,
bro, look what Chelsea have changed his life, bro. This guy was about to go flipping Bournemouth before he failed his medical. He comes Chelsea. Now he's got Bayern Munich, big Bayern Munich after him, chasing him like this, bro. Yeah, and
It's
for
just
us,
strange.
we managed to get 1.5 million more than the initial loan fee, and we're basically guaranteeing ourselves like 70 million from this deal, bro, which is what I wanted anyway for him, right? So yes, in an ideal world, I would love to
say that's what you wanted from him is nuts. 70 million for Nico
for Jackson.
But in this market, I hear it, but it's not.
It's a seller's market, though, isn't it? That's the problem. It's a seller's market. It's not a buyer's market anymore. So because every club's got most Premier League clubs have got money and stuff like that. They don't need to like put
I don't think that was the worst deal of this window, though. I think the worst deal is Newcastle buying Vissa for 55 million.
Oh.
You know, I was coming to that next. I was coming to that next.
You see, Brentford put a sell-on clause as well. That deal
That might be the worst deal I've ever seen. Like Newcastle have been shafted nastily.
Yeah, but they know they're panicking and they know they've got bread, though, innit? That's the thing.
They paid half of it up front. They paid half of that up front. That, bro.
Yeah, but dude, you know that was. You know when you got to pay for convenience at times.
But Vissa is a player that they've been like trying to. They bid 35, they bid 40. Then they've been. I would have just moved on. There's way better players out there that you could have got for cheaper.
Like who? Premier League proven.
Not Premier League proven, but let's be real, they could have went for a player that was as much as Vissa's Premier League proven. I do think last season was a bit of a one-season wonder.
He's
not going to bag another 15 goals.
You see Brentford spent
Really?
saying that though, Brentford spent 42 million like Quattaro from Bournemouth.
Yeah, that was madness. Like, I rate Vissa, but I don't see Vissa being a consistent goal scorer for them. Like,
I still think Sesko. I still think the Sesko deal is still to me the worst deal in the window.
Oh, that Sesko deal. Oh yeah, the P's on that one.
In my opinion,
Crazy. Let me go through some of Vissa's stats here because I've never actually checked this. Man like Vissa, yeah. So he last season he scored 19 goals, 5 assists. Season before that, yeah, that's 35 games as well played. Season before that, yeah, he got 12 goals, 4 assists in 34 games. And then season before that, 22-23, he scored 7 goals, 3 assists in 38 games. So he's clearly improving as a player. Like sometimes these guys are just late bloomers, isn't it? You know what I mean? Sometimes these guys are just late bloomers, George, bro. So I don't look at
it. Looks like Mark Gay, he might stay.
Hey, he's staying.
I heard that they just signed. I was looking on Twitter.
No, they put the deal sheet in.
Deal sheet in.
It's still up to Palace to sign off on it, though.
It's still up to Palace to sign off on it.
So what they do is here, as long as you put the deal sheet in before the deadline, that means that deal can still be completed after the deadline.
Yeah, it's just regarding the teams and stuff.
So it's up to Palace now to sign off. And I think this is Glasner saying, you sell him, I'm walking. I think this is it. I think
they literally just panicked. They just spent 20 million on a 19-year-old centre back from like Toulouse or something. So they've just panic bought a centre back. You can tell that they're all over the place. But on Vissa, really quickly, I do agree with you. He's definitely a late bloomer and he's a decent player, but £55 million for a guy who's 29 years old, you need to get a good 2 to 3 years out of him. Like you need a strong and I'm not being funny. Is he even going to start for them when they've got their full team? I don't see him starting. Voltemeda, you told me about Voltemeda. You said he's a cold player. Like he should come into there and be a serious signing. So if he's going to be the type of player that we expect him to be, how much minutes is Vissa even going to get? Like,
yeah, but George, they've lost Isak and they lost Wilson, bro. Like they needed backup.
No, 100%. But £55 million on
they're playing Champions League this year. Like they're gonna need
I'm not looking at that $55 million deal for Vissa. I'm thinking that's mad. Like I'm looking at Premier League experience. I'm looking at guaranteed goals. I'm looking at a player that's durable. I'm looking at a player that wants to leave. Like I don't think that's a bump. I honestly think that's the sort of price that he should be. I don't think.
I think it's a little bit above what it should be, but I think it's
at this point in the window. At this point in the window, Joey, though. This point of the window.
That's a very good point. At this point in the window, you're probably right. It is 10 million. I said about 10 million overpriced, in my opinion. I thought around 45 was the right number for Witzel, like over.
Early on, 100%.
At this point in the window, I can definitely hear where you're coming from.
100. Let me ask you, Joey, what do you think Newcastle are going to do this year, man? They're a funny team, innit? They're a funny team.
All right. So by the way, I've been watching Stuttgart as my second Bundesliga team for like the last 2 or 3 years. So I've been watching. Like I actually told George this when they were linked with Enzo Malloy back earlier in the window.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a big Voltemade fan. I think he's a good fit for them. Just stylistically, he's more of like he's gonna be more of that like false 9 distributor, roam around those pockets and be able to connect with Gordon Alanga. It's going to be on Gordon Alanga to be able to score a lot more goals, in my opinion. Like that, Nick isn't necessarily your prototypical goal scorer. His shooting is very inconsistent. So like in the end, like they probably overpaid for him. Like just overall, they probably overpaid for him. But in the end, they got the profile they want. I just think that the whole style that they play is pretty bearing on their players, and like it's gonna end up coming to haunt them with the amount of games that they're gonna end up being. Like you're already kind of seeing it with their team currently. Like they already have injuries to Joelinton, and they already have injuries to a couple of these players. So like right now, like Newcastle style is the one reason I still keep them in and around like the top 5, top 6, and not like probably like 6 to 8 points somewhere around there between us and them. Like I could even see George's team being ahead of them just based off of like style of play and like the quality of players that they potentially have. My thing with George's team is they just need more consistent goal scorers. Like, can Dominic Solanke replicate that 19-goal season? Like, they need somebody.
He's injured again, Joey. No chance.
That's the thing, though. Like, they need goal scorers. Like, then that's kind of where all these teams that are in and around that top 5, 6, 7, 8, they don't have that one guy that can get over 15 maybe or 20. Like, get even close to 20, in my opinion. So, like, that's where I think we separate ourselves from them, because I still think Cole's going to have a monster season when he comes back, and João Pedro's on a rampage. So
he's on fire. He's on fire, bro. But people, listen, 233 people here, and we've just touched over 100. So let's get to 150 quickly. Let's get to 200 quickly. In fact, Jules is about to cut now. Jules, let the people know what you've got going on, man, because I want to redirect after.
Yeah, man, big up. Literally just going to be doing the same thing as you guys, man. Reviewing a Tottenham transfer window, going into a bit more detail regarding Colin Mawani, what was lacking at Spurs transfer window. Got Elijah joining me. So, yeah, man, Direct Diary's just going to be heading straight over there. If any of you guys come over, just let me know you come over from Don's channel, man. But big up, make sure you smash the likes over here. We need to get up to 100 likes, guaranteed. And thanks for having me, man. It's good to be here.
Nah, big up, man. Big up yourself, man. So, yeah, people, make sure that you're subscribing to Direct Diaries. Again, this show will redirect straight to Jules after. So make sure that you lot are locked in. But yeah, man, Newcastle. Listen, right now we have to be. I don't even want to be looking at them like that, Andrew. I'll be real. I don't want to have to be talking about these guys. We should not be in no top 4 scrap. Like, I want us to be comfortably in there, where it's like we've already got top 4 secured in like January. You know them ones. You know what I'm saying, bro?
Yeah, I can understand that. That's my whole frustration with this transfer window. It's the fact that we are, like I said before, we've been left short in certain areas, and they just showed to me what they're happy just to finish in the top 4 and not progress any further. Really.
What do you not think of Buonanotte, by the way? What do you think of Buonanotte, Andrew?
Buenas noches.
I knew this guy was gonna say something silly.
Oh, I got a worse one, but I'm not about to say it on this.
You don't like him, Joe? You watch a lot of ball, bro.
Oh, I watch a lot of Brighton too. So I don't. Here's the thing, right?
I know your face is lit up. I know you like him. Here's him, Joey.
No, I don't actually. It's not necessarily I don't like him or I like him. It's profile-wise, I have a problem with it. We have so many left footers, bro. Like, overall, we just have so many left footers. Like, if you got me Buonanotte and he was a right footer, I would probably be much happier. But the fact that we got another left footer, bro, is just like, come on, man. Like, what are we really doing here? And can we get someone who actually, like, is a natural 10, maybe? Like, this, if we're going to get a right footer.
I don't think he's a natural 10.
No. I think he's more of an inverted winger, if anything.
I think he's very tidy, bro. I think he can comfortably play in that role. If anything, the way he floats with the ball, bro. He's got twinkle toes. Yeah, he's got twinkle toes. If anything, like he's very light on the ball, but he's got tech as well, bro. I'll be real. Got tech, man. He's got very good IQ. That's one thing about him. Like, coming from Brighton, a lot of the players that we've got here are from Brighton, because they use a similar sort of model as us in terms of the players that we like. They like technical players.
We get them from Brighton because the guys can't do any other deals. That's why we get them from Brighton.
Andrew, what outfield players from Brighton have been hits? What outfield players from Brighton have been hits? Am I lying?
But the problem is with this one, I don't.
The outfield players that you. I'm glad you made that distinction there. I'm glad you made that distinction there.
The problem I think with this one is that I don't think he gets a lot of minutes. Because I got to tell you right now, because I think in the 10 role, you got Palmer there. You can play Esteval there at times if you want to. João Pedro can drop in there. And you can also put
Pedro in the 10. No, that's not.
I'm saying he can.
Well, I mean, it's second. We played him in the second striker.
Yeah, we say playing against West Ham.
I thought you meant Pedro Neto. Sorry.
No. Sorry.
You don't get confused at times with all.
I hear that.
So
I hear that.
João Pedro we can put in there, and also we've seen Enzo Fernandez can sometimes play that more further role. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes. So at the moment, he's like fifth choice. Do you know what I mean? If you're thinking about it, I don't know. How
is he fifth choice, Andrew? Can you do that again?
Well, I think Palmer's going to play the 10, right?
Obviously, Palmer and João Pedro.
João Pedro can play there. We've seen him put Esteval in the 10.
I don't like that at all.
No, I know, but I've seen him put him there.
I know, but I don't want to do that. That's my
thing.
I'm very adamantly against that.
We've seen that. We've seen it last season, and sometimes we've seen last season he's pushed Enzo Fernandez up further. In that sort of role as well. So to me, like off the top of my head, you might even if you take Estevar out, he's like fourth choice to me sometimes.
I would say third choice because
fourth choice, whatever.
Yeah, but Random. The thing is though, listen, this season, cool. Yes, we want to go win the league, right? But we don't want to just go for the league and forget about everything else, bro. We've got other competitions to win, Joe.
That's fine. No, I'm just thinking
long ago, was that Wembley twice?
I don't understand what that question. How does that make sense?
The point that I'm making is that players like Buonanotte will be useful in the cup competitions, bro, that we're in. Because last season, Joey, Maresca, bro, he threw away those competitions. Some of those lineups that we put out, obviously it was out of his control. Like I remember when we played Newcastle, Sancho wasn't fit. Someone else was injured. I think Madueke was injured that game as well. I can't remember. Something was going on, but the lineups weren't great because overall the squad itself was still a bit, there's certain players that he didn't trust and whatnot. Whereas now I'm looking at players like Buonanotte. I actually think Maresca will use them more, right? I think these sort of players are useful in the FA Cups. They're useful in the Carabao Cups. It's even useful to use him off the bench.
Yeah, but Don,
there's five subs. There's five subs, bro.
Don, I guess my point here is with that kind of signing is like, how do you actually tell me that he's going to play when there's other examples of players that in that specific position who've come in and not gotten the opportunities to play? Those players.
Like who?
Like Felix, who came in for a half season, didn't get to play those types of positions that often. And Cuckoo didn't even get to play in those types of positions until halfway through the end of last season.
Yeah, but this is where I'm looking at the fact that Maresca.
Why would Buonanotte all of a sudden be that different example of that? I guess is my point.
Yeah, good question. That's a very good question, bro. And listen, listen. This is just me kind of reading between the lines. Maresca's been here for a year now. I'm pretty sure he's in conversations with the sporting directors about players that we want to bring in, players that we're looking at. They probably got a list of players that they want to bring in.
I can question that too. I'm not gonna lie. I could question.
I highly doubt. Yeah. I'll be real. We're gonna know if Maresca wanted this guy or was even happy with this guy with how often he plays it. Yeah. If we don't see him being played, hold on. If we don't see him being played like that, then clearly Maresca don't fuck with him, right? But my point, Joey, is Buonanotte is good enough to be playing in the Prem. That's not even a debate for me. I've seen him turn up.
What level of the Prem is he good enough to be playing in?
Regardless of the level, he's a Premier League footballer. Yeah, so he can help us. He's a technical player, bro. He's a very technical player playing with more technical players. He can definitely contribute in this team. Guys are moving like. Hold on, Joey. Let me finish. Guys are moving like we've just signed this guy from fucking Plymouth or Preston, right? Speak to any Brighton fan about Buonanotte, and they are not happy that they're even loaning him out. They are not happy with what's going on right now, bro.
Yeah? But they've loaned him out the last 3 years. They've loaned him out every year since he's been there. Since he got his opportunity, he's got loaned out every year. I don't know. I don't know the ins and outs of what's happened, and I'm actually gonna try to get Ryan on my channel. Big Brighton fan, yeah, he's got a big platform in that. I'm gonna try to get him on to speak about Buonanotte more to understand what happened there. But when I was looking at their tweets and what they've been saying about him, a lot of them are not happy with what's going on. A lot of them were even showing pictures of like Enciso, Buonanotte, and there's one more player that have all now left, and they're like, they're all together. They're all
yeah. So they're not gonna do things like that if he's a rubbish player. And personally, for me, I would have been happy to keep Dewsbury Hall because I'm one of the few guys that was defending him last season, bro. Now guys are seeing what I was seeing when I was watching his games back, like. He's cooking because he's confident. Because he's confident, bro. Yeah. But what I'm saying about Buonanotte, for me, Joey, I've got tweets from 2023 talking about, yo, this guy looks like a talent, right? I wanted Xavi Simons. I wanted Kudus. These were the guys that I wanted. I'm not happy with how the club moved around it. I'm not happy with how they kept plastering it in our face that they're gonna get him. But I'm not gonna let that cloud my judgment about the player. Just because I'm not happy with how the sporting directors moved with Xavi Simons doesn't mean that I now think Bonanote is shit. I don't think he's shit. I think he's a good player. I think honestly,
I guess with me, bro, it's like I've seen moments from the guy. Don't get it twisted. I've seen moments, but it's like we're why are we? I feel like there's.
Yeah. Go on, bro. Sorry.
I feel like there's just so many better options for us to even attempt to try to go for. You know what I'm saying? And by the way, I feel like this compounds the way that I felt about the way we treated Kendry in the Club World Cup. Yeah,
but we needed a bit more experience, though, innit? Like he came off the back of like
that's
not being.
Not what I'm saying. The loan part of it is not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is if you're gonna end up in the end, your end goal here is I'm going to loan Buonanotte in with no option because I still want to give a pathway to somebody else. That pathway being to a Kendry, right? Why isn't Kendry getting at least a preseason with us? Why isn't he not at least getting the opportunity to like be a part of the football club at that point? If you're just in the end, he's coming back to play for us, right? Like that's the thought process is to have him come back and play for us. Why not have him in that Club World Cup squad with everybody else? We went 4 players short on the Club World Cup squad. It's not like we didn't have space. You know what I'm saying? It's just the way that they move, bro. There's movement. The way that they move, a lot of it doesn't make sense. Like the whole Guiu loan. There was no reason to loan Guiu, period. Period. We didn't need to loan Guiu at all.
But the thing is, I don't think the plan. I think the plan, though, Joey. I don't think the plan was to. Okay, you can argue Delap and João Pedro can play together, but the whole injury of Palmer has kind of accelerated that plan, innit, to play both of them together. I honestly think if the plan was to play them together more often, then Guiu would have stayed because then he's the next one off the bench, and I would have been happy with that. But I wouldn't have been happy with him sitting around.
Yeah, but I guess the idea was you saw what Sunderland had, and in the end, he ended up being the third striker. Like he could have been our third striker. Like now he's cup tied and he's our third striker. You see where I'm going with this?
Yeah, no, I hear it. Yeah,
Like in
that's
the
in
end,
hindsight, though, isn't it? That's in hindsight.
No, but not really, because it took 2-month injury for us to realize, we might actually need a third striker. Like, and I was even against having a third striker at the time, but like it took one injury for a 2-month injury right in the window to say, yeah, we actually made a mistake.
But the thing is, though, Joey, for me, the reason why I didn't mind it is because last season I saw Maresca not trust Guiu at all. Basically, when he decided to trust him against West Ham,
I hear that.
It's like I didn't want him to just be there shriveled and waste a whole year of his development, or you're waiting till January to loan him out, because then it's like we're just wasting his time. Do you know what I mean? So I was thinking more about the player more than I was the club, because there's no point of keeping him if you're not going to play.
Yeah, but if you kept him, Don, right? Let's just say this, right? If you kept him, right? If you just kept him and you waited until today to make that type of decision to loan him out or not, instead
it doesn't always work like that, though. It doesn't always work like that, though. If there's a deal on the table, you're gonna take it, bro. I don't know why it keeps doing that as well. Let me just
true, but at the same time, that doesn't mean we wouldn't have gotten another loan for him in the league.
No, it's true, but end of the day, they obviously saw Sunderland. You know, they're building a little something right now. They were like, cool, do you know what? This works for you.
And I was happy
for him.
But in the end, we were gonna need a third striker with the type of, if we were not gonna get a proper 10. Like that's so like you needed to plan for that, though. If you were not gonna get the proper 10, you needed to plan for that. Not because you held out on the money for Nico Jackson, you have to plan, okay, let's see how the end of this falls, because we might end up needing you for that then if that ends up happening. Because what if we don't get a 10? What if the Nico, like, they didn't plan for that?
Yeah, but the thing is, exactly, like Neil says, João Pedro can play there, Esteval can play there. That's the reason why we've built the squad that we have, Joey. We've got a lot of players. We've got a lot of players we've got a lot of players, right, that are comfortable playing in various positions. Not the Fugazi ones. These are guys like João Pedro that can comfortably play up top and comfortably play down the middle. Esteval can play down the middle and play on the right. Palmer can play on the right and play down the middle, right? So there's various. That's what you need, bro. It's not possible to always have 3 in every position. It's just not possible. You need to be able to problem solve. That's why Maresca gets paid a lot of the money that he does. That's why Pep has won all the trophies that he did, because he problem solved, bro. You know what I mean? He found a way to use his team, and that's what you've got to do. You know,
I'm not saying that. I guess me and you have a different rating of what Buonanotte is, but that's that's where we draw the line, because I don't think I think at any point he's picking João Pedro to play the 10, and he would play Guiu over Buonanotte to play the.
But that's the thing, though, Joey. I'm not saying that he's now going to break into our 11. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that he can definitely contribute in this team. No one can tell me otherwise, bro. I watched this guy live at the bridge when he scored against us, yeah? And every time he was getting on the ball, I was thinking, yo, bro, I think it was even Cole that was marking him on the left, yeah? I'm thinking, broski, you got to be on point here, yeah? Because this kid's good. And then he scores like that just before half-time, bro. He's a good player, man. Honestly, Buonanotte is a good player, bro. But go on, Andrew, you're about to say something.
No, it's just like what you said about, Maresca's got to figure things out. But that's fine when stuff like happens, like, when you have those injuries that you during the season that you can't sort out. I'm just thinking that we once again haven't helped him in terms of in some areas of the pitch. Do you know what I mean?
I agree with that too.
It was we only had Jackson really up from. I know Guiu was there, but it was only really Jackson, wasn't it, as our number 9 and stuff like that, and other areas. It was just, that's what I mean. I don't mind like challenging a coach when it happens in the middle of the season, but when you've actually got the opportunities, that word again, that they love to throw out, the opportunities, the word again, to actually cement things, to actually go, because we all know he wanted a goalkeeper. We all know he wanted a centre back. I know he came out a week later and said, "Oh no," internally, but we all know he wanted a centre back. But we've left him short again, and it's just frustrating that we had the opportunities to do that, because everyone goes, "Oh, why would you have to spend 70 million on Colwell's replacement?" Well, Arsenal just bought Hincapié for a loan deal and 52 million or something for next season if it goes through. So we wouldn't have to spend 70 million or something like that. Do you know what I mean? It's just frustrating. It's there. It's not as if there weren't people to buy. They're there. Do you know what I mean? I just hate in our mentality, some people are our supporters' mentality. Oh, it's okay, we can do this next year. I'm not saying that we buy everyone and we go on we should win everything and stuff like that. But when the opportunity is there to do, I wanted like us to do something like that this summer, because then next summer we're just people that don't want to be here can go, and we are there for the extraordinary deals where the players come on the pitch that we don't know about, like a Rodrigo, or I'm just plucking the name out, like a Rodrigo, or if it will never happen, but if your Mal was on the market or something like that, you know what I mean, or Kvaratskhelia or something like that. That we do deals like that. So our squad's like set. So we'd have to go, oh, we're fine here, but you know what? That player's on the frigging market. We're gonna go get him. So I don't care if we've got ample like people in that position. We're gonna get him because he will just take us. He will just cement that we're gonna win everything. Do you know what I mean? Or go for it. Just frustrating. Do you know what I mean? That we're gonna be here next summer, Don, talking about we need this. Well, I think we're still going to be going, okay, so we still need like another. Even if Cole comes back, we don't know what Cole we're going to get, but we're still going to be coming back going, I think we need a centre back. We're on question marks. Whatever you think about question marks will be on Penders no matter what, because of his age and stuff like that. But it's just frustrating. That's all. And
I hear it. Listen, I understand. I understand what everyone's saying. There's not really much I can disagree with what you've said there, right? And for me, there's many. It's a multi-layered conversation, because you can talk about the market. There's not really many. We've been on Blue Dart Road. Andrew, we do a show every week. Joe, you've been on a couple of times as well. We've spoken about centre back options many times, and people are scratching their head because it's like, shit. If the market was so great, you'd be able to list off names like that. You'd be able to list off names like this, yeah? You know what I mean? So you got to look at that as well. The market right now, they're probably looking at it and thinking, because they've already come out saying we don't believe there's anyone in the market right now that can offer us what Cole offers us, right? And that's why I said before, internally, Anselmino is the best player to offer what Cole does, because the ball playing is unbelievable, yeah? I'm seeing man getting a standing ovation already for Dortmund. Joey, I don't know if you watched the game. Yeah, but I saw his
second half.
you saw the second half. Did he play well? He played well, yeah.
Yeah, he played really well.
You
And
know?
that's the odd part, though. Then why did we send him out on loan?
I think he needs to.
To me, it just makes me question. Like, oh, I could not want a third striker, right? But why does Sunderland have a third striker, but we don't? Like, to me, we have way more games than Sunderland. Like,
Joey, it's not Joey.
If we're gonna play João Pedro as a versatile player and play him in different positions, we would probably want a third striker, right?
Joey,
Like-
it's not even that. It's not even this window, Joey, because we can go back. Why didn't we spot Lacroix? Why is it?
And Lacroix, yeah, that guy. I would.
No, we were linked to Lacroix long. We were linked to Lacroix a long time ago, bro.
Why did
When
we
he was
get
19?
him? Why did Palace get him and we didn't get someone like Lacroix? Do you know what I mean? It's like
No, but that's the thing though, Andrew. Like when you think about it, because me personally, I thought we was gonna keep Sarr like in the team, yeah. Because when I was watching him last year, I thought, no, this guy's ready, bro. Like he can play. You know what I mean? He can play in the Premier.
He plays left side, plays right side. Like what do you want from the guy? You know?
So then when I saw him getting loaned out, and that I was a little bit disappointed. But obviously they're probably looking at Josh, who's a little bit, further up in terms of being in the pecking order and that. But personally, I think next summer there's going to be a revamp at the back. Yeah, I think there's going to be a revamp at the back. And this year we haven't got everything that we want. But I'm sorry, boys, we have enough to be winning at least one trophy, bro. Yeah, whether that's the Carabao Cup,
nobody's saying that. Nobody's saying that. Nobody.
We have to win something. I want to win the league. Yes, Joey, I want to win the league 100%, bro. But if we don't, leave with something else, bro. Leave with something.
It's like you said. Earlier.
A lot of us feel like we could win the Champions League. Like that's like straight up. Like a lot of us, even with this team, with who we have, with the injuries, all of it, we feel like we could still win the Champions League. But I just feel like with how everybody else improved, right? Like I felt like
break it down.
One more priority signing that could have helped us. A center back or
let's talk about that then, because that's another thing that I keep hearing. Yeah, people keep talking as if Liverpool haven't got weaknesses, Arsenal haven't got any weaknesses, Man City haven't got any weaknesses. Most people I'm talking to now, even though they hate Chelsea, they're actually putting Chelsea above Man City, bro. Yeah. One of my boys is an Arsenal fan. He hates us. And he was like, bro, I can't lie. You lot are better than Man City. I can't even lie to you. I just have to be real. Yeah. Everyone around us, Joey, I'm sorry, bro. No one is complete right now. The closest team to being complete
I think that's frustrating. I think that adds to my frustration, though, Don.
Yeah.
That's adds to my frustration, is that you're right. But we should have capitalized on that. Do you know? We should capitalize more on that.
Thank you.
I agree with that too.
Do you know what I mean? Because like you said earlier, I don't want to be. I wanted like so much where I'm thinking like fourth is the minimum league position, right? This season, I don't want to be looking over my shoulder like.
I don't even want to see us.
No, do you know what I mean? That's what I mean. That's my first. So when people go, I'm not saying you've done it, but when I hear other people go, oh yeah, but not everyone's complete. That's not my problem. My problem is to make my team complete, and that's their problem. Do you know what I mean? I want it so I've got no excuses. I don't care. They can have all the excuses they want, but I want to take advantage of that. Do you know what I mean? I want to take advantage of that. Like you say, City don't look. City yesterday, City? I don't know what City played. That second half City yesterday, I have no idea what football they were playing yesterday. And they got mugged off. They got slapped around, and stuff like that. Like you say, Arsenal are trying to figure out. I don't know. They're playing boring football, but they're still trying to figure out. Gyökeres and Liverpool. Not yesterday because Arsenal didn't attack, but the first two games got attacked and they looked, very vulnerable. That's why it just frustrates me. It's like you said, if we added like those two of key, Mark Gay to stay at Palace, David Ornstein just dropped the bomber.
God damn!
You see what I mean, Don? But you see what I
mean? This could have been the year, Don. Don't you see it?
Bro, I hear you, man. I'm with you, man. Yeah, but Joey, I'm with you, man.
One more big move that on a priority signing. It could have been us It could be us this year for sure.
Joey, I hear you.
Don, even now we could still do it. Even now we could still do it, bro. They all the top three have center back injuries now. We could still do it.
Bro, you know what's so crazy, Joey? Yeah, even when you're looking at the players that are starting to get injured, Saliba, we don't know how long he's going to be out for. When a player goes down by themselves, it's never a good sign.
Yep.
And apparently, he got injured in the warm up. You've got
Yeah.
Cherky that's out for 2 months, right? You've got Saka that's injured right now, and we all know Madueke is not the guy to depend on week in, week out. Yeah, you saw against Kirkes, man were trying to glaze that performance, but I thought Kirkes locked him up. I thought Kirkes actually did all right against him. Like,
But
Nani
does the Nani thing. He gets a couple ball carries, so it looks good. Okay,
No,
he
he's
gets a
and when
couple
he gets
ball carries, it looks good, right?
Gets
And
to the
then
box,
and
gets to
then
the
and then
box,
what
doesn't do
happens?
anything, Gets to the
And then
box
what
doesn't do
happens up
anything.
here? That's
Yeah.
it.
No, like you said, he's a great dribbler, or a good dribbler, and he gets to the box, and it's decision making and
it's terrible.
execution. Yeah, it doesn't matter. But yeah, you're right. That was the whole. Like I said earlier, we had the opportunity to strike, and it's like, and this could be any player, but if we didn't need to spend the 40 million on, I'm not going to say his name because it just annoys me, but we didn't need to spend. We could have allocated that 40 million to get a defender. Do you know what I mean? We could have done that. Do you know what I mean? We could have actually done, because you could have, no matter what you think of him, but you could have kept Tyreek George. Do you know what I mean? Giving him those minutes. Do you know what I mean? You could have kept him as part of rotation. You could have done that, because, like you said, we're gonna hopefully have a lot of games, and Gitten's still a question mark and stuff. By the way, side note, I have no idea why some of this fan base hate Gittens all of a sudden.
It's mad.
It's
actually madness. I think he'll come good. I think he'll come good.
Hopefully so,
Again,
but-
people think it's FIFA. People think every player could just come in and just shell it straight away. Bro, when I'm watching him again, he's playing within himself. He looks like a player that just needs a bit of confidence.
Don, there is so many of these profiles that me and you agree on. Like overall, like I watch you a lot, so like there's the Gittins profiling, the Guiu profiling. I agree with you 110%. Like I am not worried about Gittins whatsoever, because once he starts scoring, just wait. Like just wait. Once he starts scoring, like just wait. Like that's where I keep on telling people, just let him get started. Just let him get started. That's all I'm saying.
Let's talk about Guiu. Yeah, because every time I mention this guy, it's like I'm not allowed to, bro. It's like we should just keep him shackled on the bench, Joey. Even though we bought this guy from Barcelona, even though, Joey, I was watching man playing football with Yamal and Fermin Lopez, and he's come from La Masia. Even though, Joey, I saw him score on his debut in the Champions League. Even though I saw the Barcelona fans going crazy when they sold him for 6 million. Even though I've seen him in the Conference League playing like a striker, in comparison to Jackson, even though I'm seeing all of these things, I'm not allowed to talk about him, Joey, because he's not a big thing.
Don, this is the thing, though, Don. You like to talk about him. I like to sit and wait and show people, okay? Because like that's all it comes down to. It's like Andrew knows what I'm talking about because he's in my group chat, okay? I've been whole high in group Guiu. At every moment I can, any chance that he got an opportunity to come on the pitch, I give him his props, because he understands the movement of playing striker. And unlike what we've had before, and with Delap, by the way, who's brilliant movement wise is brilliant, understands where to be around what players. Guiu is more of a target forward in that sense, in the way that he wants to move. He wants to be in and around in the box, and he wants to be on top of your center backs at all times. And like that is a quality that only a guy who's played striker for as long as someone has can do. So
Joey, I was watching this guy when I was watching his games back, because I'm in the group chat of Andrew and that as well. When I was watching his games back, I was literally showing these videos of Guiu when he's like 14, 15. Just towering ahead, like he's taller than everyone else, bro. Yeah, more physical than everyone else. I'm seeing the runs he was making as a 15-year-old. I'm like, he's just a natural striker. He understands the role. The goal he scored the other day for Sunderland, you're gonna get some trolls in the chat talking about, it's Huddersfield. I don't give a fuck. Just look at the fundamentals of what he did. Right?
Just the movement in between the two center backs, to get ahead of the one center back and just be able to beat the center back behind him to the ball.
Yep.
It's a striker's move. It's a striker's movement. Striker's out of the ball. It's like all we ask for Nico Jackson is to be in the box in the right time. And if this guy didn't get injured the same day as Nico Jackson, we probably wouldn't. We might not even be talking about the lap. Like literally, literally, we might not even be talking about the lap. That's how highly I rate this kid. So like I'm glad it's him. I'm glad he gets another opportunity. I hope Maresca gives him the opportunity because, like, honestly, when he plays, if he wants to play off of João Pedro, the movement is correct. The type of movement that we're going to need in and around the box is correct. So that's all I'm asking for.
And Joey, I was showing these lot as well. Andrew, I don't know if you remember, when I was showing you the clips, I was showing them multiple goals or close opportunities, just from his pressing, bro. Just from pressing defenders into mistakes, right? He presses, bro. And the way he presses, I'm telling you, I ain't seen anything like that since probably Vardy, even like Costa wasn't as quick as this guy. He's fucking rapid, man. He's rapid, bro. So people are just gonna do the big name thing, but I'm sorry. When I'm saying these things, I know what I'm talking about because I've got many examples of where I've said this guy's this and this guy's that. People laugh at me. I come back months later and it's like, oh, do you know what? I hear what you're saying. I'm already seeing people at me now about Anselmino. I can't lie, Don, you were right about Anselmino, but when I was talking about him before, it's you're a White Scout merchant, you're this, you're that. Man, I'm getting cooked for doing research, Joey.
I had to give my chat an education on what Y Scout is because people were shitting on you in my chat at one point, and I was like, wait a second. What do you know about Y Scout? Like, what do you actually know? What do you actually know what Y Scout is? Can you tell me what Y Scout is? And when once you get that information from them and they understand, oh, I don't actually know. Don's actually serious about this. He spends money to see this shit. Like he's looking at clips, not of just, oh, it's just clips of what he wants. He can look at clips of what he doesn't want too. Like he can look at the bad clips just as much as the good clips. Yeah. You could get full scouting breakdowns on it and you're spending good money to do that. Like good money. So like in the end, like you gotta this is what teams use on a daily basis.
Bro, the clubs use this shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say my plug in, but I said, bro, man's plugged in with serious agents, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? So, bro, when I'm saying man's done my research properly, I'm not just saying it just to back it because it's Chelsea. Like I remember when I was watching Omarodian.
That's a good super chat.
I was watching Omarodian, Omarodian's games, and I wasn't really impressed. I said, it's better than Jackson as a striker, like in the box, but his overall game, I didn't like it. I didn't like it, bro. So when man think White Scout is a joke thing, it's not, bro. It literally shows you everything about the player. It shows you, you can look at their runs in behind, you can look at their pressing off the ball, you can look at their first touch, you can look at their finishing, you can look at their movement, you can look at their heading, you can look at their defending. It gives you so many things, and that's why it's so expensive, bro. But we got Toby for this. He says Guiu is a better striker than Jackson. Keyword striker. Jackson will never score the header Guiu scored for Sunderland, and he presses like a maniac. Bro, that's not a wild take. I've said this for time, Toby. He is a better striker than Jackson. That's not even wild. Like Jackson is better at doing the false nine drip in terms of linking up play and the ball carrying and facilitating. Cool. But Guiu is a born and bred striker. He will stay in the box. He will make the movement in behind. He will get onto the end of crosses. He will add a little bit of height. You know what I'm saying? When you watch him closely as well, one thing I've noticed about him, Joe, I don't know if you've noticed this, he's always on his toes. He's always on his toes, bro. Always ready. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to see...
Bro, it's because he's 19 years old. That's the only reason why people aren't talking about him in this manner.
You don't look like no 19-year-old, bro. I've seen this guy in person.
I know, but that's the reason why people are talking about him in this manner. It's like he's 19 years old. That's the reason why.
It's because they don't know about him. It's because
that's why they downplay you, though, Don. That's why they downplay you, because he's 19. He hasn't gotten the chance. That West Ham chance, when he got injured in that West Ham game, I'm telling you, like he had that was the perfect opportunity for him to flourish in that moment. But it was like there for him to take off. Unfortunately,
no, 100%, man. Let me read this out, and then we'll finish up. So Assad says, stop making excuses for the manager when he's failing. I don't make excuses for the manager when he's failing. I don't know where that's even come from.
Wait. Why are we even giving the manager any hate? Period. What did he fail?
Assad still thinks Maresca's a fraud. I think that's what I'm getting from this.
I don't even know what that is.
I was cooking Maresca last season when he was refusing to drop Jackson and like refusing to bring people off the bench. I was absolutely frying him. I fried him for a minute, bro. You know what I'm saying? But we'll finish off right there, people. We've got 281 people in the house. Let me see how many likes that we're on before we finish up, man. And obviously send you a lot across to George as well.
I'm going live, by the way, in 5 minutes if you guys want more Chelsea content.
Oh shit, 160. We've got 162 likes. Joey, see, I've said to George, I'll redirect.
Okay. I don't mind it. I don't mind. I understand. Yeah. I did my thing last minute. It's cool. I just if you want more Chelsea content, I am going live. If you'd like to channels, people, right?
I'll put Joey's YouTube in there in the description as well, people. Andrew, you got anything coming up, bro?
No. I'm just, you know what? I'm just glad that this transfer window's over now. I'm just glad. Do you know what I mean? I can rest. I can rest now. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But no, nothing coming up. You know, I might, because it's International Week, isn't it now? So nothing's really happening. So
No, there's gonna be more content this week, man. I'm gonna do something again with like Roms, Jermaine, the people like that last week.
Casually FC tonight about 10:30. Doing probably predictions for the season and reacting to the season predictions, stuff like that. So
So I'm gonna do that with them as well. Thursday I'm gonna go live with CB and Chez and Robert. So that'll be the first show that we're doing. But yeah, a lot of content coming up this week, people, man. So listen, let's just bake off. You know, perfect time to reset now. Hopefully Palmer will be back straight after the break. Lavia and Badia Shield should be closer to coming back as well. We need them back in the squad. And we move in a bit. Love.